I'm Sallie.
And I'm Allyn.
And we're Sal and Elle.
The Wool Slayers.
And we're back! Now, no promises.
I completely forgot what we say until you said it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's how it goes.
Sorry, my thing's making noise. Yeah, it took me a second, and then I was like, oh, start with your name.
Right. So guys, we've been gone for a while. We both needed
Right.
There just was, a lot going on.
A lot going on, and it was a much needed break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having also recorded during everything.
No. So no promises on when we'll be back again, but you have us right now, so yay.
And this was so impromptu that and I was just like, you know what? Just do it. Don't even I didn't clean up. Look at this mess back here. I didn't clean anything up. I'm like, forget it. Just do it.
I have not even been in this room since before Thanksgiving.
No.
This is the first time I have even been in this room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't clean up either. But it looks fine because I haven't been in here.
Right. Yours was already clean.
I don't come in here. Because I have not been knitting.
I have.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I've been knitting a little bit, but it's just a sock. And it's I'm probably averaging 4 rows a week or something.
Wow.
I haven't, that puppy kicked my butt, y'all. The puppy was very hard. And he's finally we haven't even had him 2 months, but it feels like 2 years. And we're finally getting in a routine, and he's finally sleeping. And so it's starting. I have, in the last week, I have started picking that sock up and stuff. So
good.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm Sallie. You can find me on Ravelry as Salliewren.
And I'm Allyn, and I am on Ravelry as Allynlovesyarn.
We are on Instagram, technically.
We have an account.
We have an Instagram. It's Wool Slayers Podcast.
Yes.
At Wool Slayers Podcast. Or you can email us at woolslayerspodcast@gmail.com. Probably not gonna have a retreat this year. It's just, everything's just our last video had such poor video quality on my end, glitching.
And that kind of was
it was like the nail. It was the nail in the Zoom coffin. And so we had said, you know what? We might just take a break until we can record in person. But here we are trying it again. But because we actually had something to talk about.
It kind of had a deadline.
Mm-hmm. So here we are.
Yep.
Hopefully neither one of us is glitchy.
Yeah. Because it wasn't glitchy when we recorded.
No.
The recording was glitchy.
Right.
We couldn't even do anything about it when we were recording.
Oh, yeah.
But we tested the time. We think we'll be okay.
Fingers crossed, y'all. Sorry. So yeah, do you want to just get into it?
Yes, because I have so much.
Start with fails. I don't even know.
I don't know. I could have had a fail over the past 2 months. I don't remember.
No.
Blocked it.
I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. This whole the fail is our last episode.
Exactly.
In a glitchy mess.
Right.
Okay, so sleighs. I have none.
I have a lot. Okay, let's first talk about the sweater.
Oh.
This is the Sunday cardigan by Petite Knit. And it is supposed to be a long sleeve, actually extra long sleeves.
Oh.
And I'll take it off so you can see the whole thing. It's also supposed to have buttons, but I literally blocked it yesterday. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do buttons. We'll see. We'll see how it wears today. I might wish it had buttons. For sure, we'll do something maybe just I might even do a snap closure on top because
buttonholes.
It doesn't have holes. The buttonholes are done afterwards. You're supposed to like kind of put your finger in and make a space and then whip stitch around it to hold it open.
So you definitely have the option then.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Okay.
you know, if I don't do it, I don't do it. But the collar is a turned collar.
I love
So it's
that.
a double thickness. So I'm thinking if I do something up here, I'll just do a snap on the inside and not try to do a button through it. But here it is. It is a paid for pattern. It's supposed to be long sleeves. This yarn is the giant mass of yarn that I brought back from Italy.
Oh.
And kind of
yeah.
over, it's huge, right? So I hand wound it. It's such a big ball.
Is it like bulky weight?
Yeah,
or
it's bulky weight.
Okay.
And the sweater calls for Aran held with a mohair.
Okay.
So I figured bulky will be the same. I did do the extra large size, and I really didn't know the yardage I had. I thought I had plenty. So that's why I went ahead and did the largest size they had to compensate for if my yarn was thinner than theirs, or, you know. And I do like the way it fits because I wanted it to be cozy.
Yeah.
You know?
It looks cute on. Yeah.
But I ran out of yarn. It's supposed to have a much longer, like it's supposed to have double the ribbing.
Okay.
But I knew I was getting close, and I had tried it on and it was a length that I was comfortable with. So what I did for the sleeves, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. Why does it seem like there's a shadow on me?
I think when you hold it up, maybe it's like shadowed by your laptop. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I noticed it.
I'll stay back here.
That's
so, my thought was, okay, I for sure cannot do long sleeves with this. So it's going to be short sleeves.
Yeah.
And then I started, you know, I had plenty of time to think about this as I'm doing the last bits of the body. So then I was like, oh, but wait, it's a yoke shoulder. So I pretty much have a sleeve already.
Right.
It made me like the soldatna. I kept thinking about when you did soldatna, like you barely do any stockinette. You just do
No, I don't think there's any.
Oh, see?
Literally just a little cap rib.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking I would do. So when I went to pick up these stitches, and you have to pick up 7 stitches under here for the size I did, I was like, well, I could do like 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 ribbing, but it's already ribbed. It's like, by the time you get here, it's like 4 by 4. So I'm like, let me just continue in pattern.
I like that.
And underneath where I picked up the stitches, that's lots more stockinette. Like it didn't matter.
I love that. I love how it looks like that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I think it would be weird to do 1 by 1.
I think so too.
It would be broken. Yeah.
But it took a progression in my mind to get there. You know.
Oh, I would have done the same thing. And then when you look at it, it's like, or I can just, yeah. But it's hard to picture something abstract like that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it looks great. Cute. I love it.
Thank you. And I literally, like, I thought I was going to have to use a different yarn to sew the collar down, to turn it and sew it. But I literally had like this much left.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Because I weighed the yarn to make sure I had enough for each side. And I even I used the tail on one side to sew what I could. I got like that far with the tail.
It's like your dream though, to use every inch.
Exactly.
That's really cute.
No, thank you. It's completely impractical to have a short sleeve.
I know you're so anti short sleeve sweater, but I'm into it. I love it.
Well, I figure I've got fingerless gloves, so I can wear fingerless gloves up to this point, and so just this much will be cool.
I personally like short sleeve sweaters, so I think it's cool.
I did have it on with a long sleeve shirt underneath, and I didn't like the way it looked. So,
no. Was it like a t-shirt or like a button down?
It was a t-shirt.
Okay.
But I think the thing was, it wasn't tight.
You need almost like an Under Armour. Get one of those and see, because that's what I was kind of thinking. Maybe you could get like a tight, but yeah, if it wasn't tight, I can see where
I don't want it tight here.
Right? That's true. Okay, so Under Armour, t-shirt, sweater.
Right.
I'm totally feel you.
And then it's fake because it's a bulky weight sweater.
Right. Yeah. Well, it looks good. I like it.
I'm excited. And it was exciting to use that yarn, right?
Yeah.
It took up a lot of space. It took up one whole cubby over here because it was so loose.
Yeah, it was like crazy.
Yeah. So, and my hands were tired.
I bet.
Because I had to like just kind of grip onto some of it once it got so big. I couldn't hold it. It was great. So that's one FO.
Awesome. Keep going.
So then I have my Odyssey Shawl. I didn't show this last time, did I?
No, it's really pretty.
Yeah. I really love the colors. It is definitely not my color palette. And I can tell that it isn't. I mean, aside from I know, but like when I go to wear it, I only have one thing I can wear it with.
Oh, but those are neutrals. You don't
know, but I mean, everything else I have is so bright that this doesn't, like the caramel color doesn't go with it, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
So, or it's patterned or, you know, so I still love it and I wear it. And
well, and think about it like, you know, when the world opens up again, like you might have an opportunity to have like wear a black dress or something and, you know, it'll look great with that.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I've got one outfit that I wear that's like a black sweater tunic with black leggings and that's
yeah.
So, but okay, so my mom has pointed this out to me because she has this issue with it. And it's not just Hohi patterns, just we do a lot of Hohi patterns and a lot of Hohi patterns start with a garter tab and then increase from there. So I don't know what does it, but when Hohi does her shawl, I'm going to turn it upside down. Sorry. I'm going to turn it upside down. See how it has that bubble? You know, it dips down. Well, Hohis don't do that. They go across. And it's like it's something that we're doing in the edges.
Yeah. I usually have a bubble. I try to block it straight with like a wire, but it doesn't always
like the fabric doesn't want to do that, right? Like
it's like there's too much fabric or something.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
In her project photos of her project, it doesn't do that. So I don't know if anybody has a solution out there, because I want it like it should be across like that.
Well, and what irritates me is I feel like that's why you're supposed to do a garter tab is so that it's straight. And I always feel like the garter tab makes it worse.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, I feel like this would have been straight if I would have not done a garter tab.
Right.
I still always do it.
Usually. And the thing is, like, you're increasing at the same rate the whole thing. So why is it that during this first 25 rows?
Because you started with like a little piece of,
I don't know.
I always have it too.
So I'm curious if anybody has solved that.
Not alone.
But the yarns, I'm going to try to remember.
Are they Diane?
Mm-mm.
No, okay.
One is Madeline Tosh, and I think it's this one. It's all on my project page if anyone wants to go look. Yeah, I don't remember. No idea. None.
I don't either, sorry.
Well, because I think two of them were new dyers to me, so I don't, you know, it's not my usual rotation that I would remember.
Right. Well, it's very pretty.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. The others are already gifted. So I've got to like show videos or I'll put pictures in, but just for Sallie to see. Okay. I made the baby tea leaves cardigan.
For your niece?
For my niece.
Cute.
And look at her.
Stop it.
So cute.
It looks like the Gerber baby.
Oh my God, she's totally a Gerber baby. Look at this belly on her. I mean,
Oh, she's so cute.
She has the cutest little tummy. It's so, I mean, big tummy. I mean, she's just so adorable.
So cute.
But the yarn that I used for that, I went in my stash. I have like 10 balls of this drops alpaca because I was going to make a crocheted cowl.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, come back. My video. Okay, so I held it with this mohair.
Oh, and that's how it's pink.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I held these two together.
Oh my gosh, does it feel like butter?
Oh, it feels like butter.
Oh, like butter.
I know. It is so nice. Seriously, come back, video. Is that what happened last time, maybe?
No, because I was also glitching. Like the audio was glitching too.
That's true.
Oh my gosh. The video is like, what are you doing? We don't do this anymore.
No, right. So I held those two together because alpaca, I'm scared to use by itself in a garment because I don't want it to stretch out forever. But with the silk and the mohair that doesn't stretch,
And hold it.
I figured that would hold it together. And it came out just with that pretty little pale.
Oh,
So, yeah. And I have a ton more of this. So I could, and more of this. So
you just make her like the next size. Always has one.
I could, I know. Then I made her two hats. I made her the Garter ear flap hat, and this is a freebie.
Cute. I love that.
And she's just her little cheekies. She's so cute. But if you want to see, you haven't seen Zane in a while.
Oh, he's so big. Stop it.
So big. Doesn't he look like a teenager now?
Yeah.
I know.
I don't like it.
I know.
He's turning 13 on Valentine's Day, right?
Yes.
He needs to knock it off.
I know. He's acting like a teenager too.
Definitely knock that off, but also like maybe stop. Once he turns 13, that means Amelia's next.
That's right. Exactly. And then I made her, it's called the Traveling Cable Hat. And who is that by? Oh, also by Purl Soho. They just have really cute patterns and they're free.
Yeah.
So this is Cade holding the hat.
He's so cute.
And he's wearing my sunglasses and my jacket.
Looks just like you.
Right.
It's like mini you.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
I know. And he kept, because the jacket was super long on him. So he kept saying, want to buy a watch? Want to buy a watch? Like the people in New York.
He's a creeper.
They've only seen it in movies, right? Like, how is that still a thing that kids know? So,
Yeah.
anyway, so those are the finished objects I had there. And I think that's it. That's it for FOs.
Well, those are good. Those are good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't think I finished anything since last time. I don't think
you
so.
were working on the sock. You had finished your shawl.
Yeah, I finished that sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have anything.
Okay.
Because I basically only knit for like a week after we recorded.
Uh-huh.
I think.
And then you got a puppy.
Oh, I should have brought I'm not going to show it, but so technically I did put a bunch of squares on my blanket.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of what I knit on since we kind of decided, let's take a break before I even got the puppy. And then we would have had to take a break. Luckily we had already decided we were taking a break. And then, so I knit on a bunch of squares because I find myself not knitting on that because it's boring to show on the podcast.
Oh, right. You feel like you got to have product for the podcast.
Right. And so I was like, oh, I'll knit on my blanket. So I did add a bunch of squares, like a bunch of squares. And I took it with me. We got the dog in Indiana. So I took it with me, knit on it the whole way. And then I was knitting. I should probably look at the blanket. There might be like a half done square because I was knitting until we got to the place to get the dog. And then I didn't touch knitting for like 3 weeks. like literally like, do. Oh, we're almost to the place to get the puppy. And then I did not touch anything for a solid 3 weeks, I think.
Right.
So I have no idea what the shape of the blanket's in because it just got shoved in a bag and then we got the dog. So I will show you the old thing that you've already seen.
Okay.
which suddenly became relevant again. It's my impeachment. So I had finished the first one. Mm-hmm. This is my a study in peach mint colorway. It's not showing up great, but these are showing up white. They're not. They're very light pale pink and peach. And then there's different shades of mint. So suddenly this became relevant because we have another impeachment. So I have the second one almost done. It was really nice to have this when the knitting bug kind of came back. It felt like I was postpartum. Like I literally, my world got rocked by this puppy. And so like, I could knock that out in a couple of days if I would just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they'll get heels and blah, blah, blah. So, oh, did I say that's that white birch
fibers.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
I don't have the ball band. Yeah, I don't have the ball band. Sorry. White birch fibers. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what? Sorry.
It's your whip.
That's one of my whips. I do have another one.
Okay, then you go because I've got a lot.
Okay. So I started this after we recorded last time. Worked on it like that week before we got the dog, along with my blanket, and then have not touched it. Forgot it was on the needles. So hope maybe
the fringy shawl. That's right.
I'm sorry.
The fringy shawl. I forgot about it.
Oh no.
It's called, but it has like the fringe on it.
Did I not show that one?
You had just started it. You hadn't gotten to yeah, keep going.
Okay, hold on, because if I haven't shown that one, I need to go get it.
Yeah, you didn't finish it. You hadn't finished it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I need to go get it then.
I can look.
We're gonna have to cut all this. So Allyn just reminded me, I do have an FO that I have not shown yet, but I finished it so long ago. I can't believe we haven't recorded since I finished it. So my boho beats.
Oh, it looks great because you had just gotten through that first texture.
Gotcha. Okay.
You would put the fringe on.
I finished it just days after.
Really?
Yeah, it says I finished it on November 2nd or 3rd.
Oh yeah, that was like 2 days after we recorded.
Yeah, so there.
It looks great.
It was so fun. I would make it again.
Yeah. How many skeins did it use?
3.
3 DK weight?
Yes. I had some left over, but you use a bunch for the fringe pieces.
Yeah.
Chop it all up.
So do you think it could be done because I don't have 3 skeins of all one color. Do you think it could be done in multiple colors?
I don't see why not. It would be a perfect place to break it right at that.
Right, where the fringe is. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's
color block it. You could even do, because there's 3 distinct textures.
Yeah.
There's bobbles, then there's stockinette, and then there's garter, or
like garter ridges.
Garter ridges, yeah. So nice. Yeah.
Oh, it looks great. That color is really pretty.
So this is Suburban Stitcher Dusty Rose, and I do love it.
And her tweed, right?
Yeah, it's a tweed, which you wouldn't have to do that.
Right.
But yeah, DK tweed.
And did you block it before or after you put the fringe on?
After.
Oh, okay.
After, because I wanted the fringe to also get
straightened out.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Thanks for reminding me.
You're accomplished than you thought.
Yeah, it's just been, I literally was like, no, we've recorded since then. No.
We have not.
No.
And I was thinking it was November, but it was October 27th.
We probably released it in November. Right. It probably took a week or so. Actually, I think it did take.
It took like 2 weeks. It took a long
So to us, it's like, oh, well, we released like in early November or something, but we haven't recorded since before Halloween.
That's right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay, so I did have an FO, yay!
It looks great. And I love how the fringe is in the middle because it kind of fills in that space.
Yeah.
Great design. Who designed it?
It's Boho Beats.
It's not Tammy Gore, is it? The one who did Knit Night and
No. Sorry. It is Amanda Kafka.
oh, okay.
And I think she goes by, oh, there's the dog. You want to see the dog?
Yeah.
Come here, baby. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, he's so big now.
This is Rusty.
Oh. Oh, he's so cute like that. Does he just sit there with you all the time, just snuggled?
No, he kind of likes to, like, he naps all around the house. Like but he will snuggle. You smell like smoke. Mitch has got a brisket going in the smoker out back.
I thought you were about to say Mitch has been smoking. I'm like, what?
He's been smoking, but
Meat.
delicious meats.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's enough. He was 9 pounds when we got him.
How big will he get?
He'll get to like 80 probably.
Oh, so he'll be bigger than Daisy.
Oh yeah. He's already the size of Daisy.
Wow.
Like physically, like
Dimension.
because see, he's got super long legs.
Yeah.
So he'll be like baby cow sized, but he'll only weigh 80 pounds. Okay, you can go. Whoop, sorry. Bye. Oh, he's a mess. Bye. Goodbye. He's a mama's boy big time. But so he'll be physically huge.
Right.
But because they're all leg and they're kind of wispy, like he'll only weigh 80 pounds. He'll look like he weighs 100.
Right.
But he'll be, they're huge.
Wow.
So he's 75% giant schnauzer and 25% standard poodle.
Oh.
So
I didn't know it was giant schnauzer. I thought it was just schnauzer.
No, he's 75% giant schnauzer.
Oh, wow.
So they're big, and then standard poodles are big, and whew,
yeah,
gotta take this off. He made me sweaty. So yeah, he was 9 pounds. He rode in my lap for 17 hours in the car. I mean, he would get in his crate, or we had like a travel kennel. He could eat that kennel now. Like we haven't even had him 2 months, and he's gained. So now he weighs like almost 40. I'll weigh him tomorrow. I'll weigh him on Mondays. And he's been gaining 5 pounds a week for the last few weeks.
Wow.
So
that's big.
He was 35 pounds last Monday. So
great. Wow.
He's somewhere between 35 and 40.
Right.
So anyway, that was my FO. I've already shown one whip. Oh, and I'll show you my other whip. Okay. So I started this, haven't touched it since. It's my Odyssey Shawl.
Oh yeah.
I told you about it, but
yeah. Well, when you bought the yarn, or you had figured out you could put yarn together.
After I cast it on, I think I showed you because I knew we weren't going to record.
Right.
But I wanted to show you because you had just made yours. So
that's what it was. You texted me the picture. That's right.
So I've done the first color band, and I've just started the second color. I love the huge. That's what sold me. It was when I saw your huge lacy.
Yeah. And it's so simply done. Like it's not anything difficult.
But it makes such an impact. Like I just love it. Am I showing you yeah, I am showing you the red. So I'm using Suburban Stitcher. Eggplant. It looks black. It's eggplant.
Eggplant, yeah.
My lighting is all off today.
Jane? No. It's Suburban Stitcher though, right?
Yeah. And this is that candy. think it's called Candy. Sorry, Sugar.
Sugar. That's right.
And then this one is, it's an old color. She's had it forever.
Right.
Oh my God, why? Velvet Magenta. Woo!
I was not coming up with that one.
Oh my God, y'all. Can you see the steam? Wow. So my third color will be where you have your light. I went with light for the third color as well. So yeah.
Great. I love that hot pink with the purple.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, why could I not think of it? Because I've been obsessed with this pink for like since she started dyeing it, and then I just lost the name. But yeah, so hopefully talking about it will make me want to knit on it some more. This would be an easy one to, you know, like, I don't know. I need to put it more visible. It needs to be more, it was like tucked away. It needs to be more visible so that I'll pick it up.
But like with a puppy, I worry you can't leave bags around, right? Like,
I mean, I've had that sock on my table next to where I sit in the living room and he hasn't touched it.
okay.
So I think he looked at it once and I was like, he was like, ooh, not that he cares. He's chewed up my windowsills and he loves anything wood. He doesn't care about wool. He likes wood. He likes a windowsill. He likes a kitchen cabinet. He likes a stick. He likes a mulch. Yeah, he loves wood. Not wool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had the sock, I had the Odyssey, and I had the boho beads that I finished. The other two are my whips, and that's it. That's all my knitting.
Okay, so I have a lot. Okay, I'm gonna start with the one that I am so bored with.
Oh no.
So bored. This is the Hiraeth shawl, Hiraeth. I had to look it up.
Yeah.
I'll have it all there on the screen. It's a lovely shawl. Like the end product will be wonderful. The pattern is written well. It just has been boring.
Is it just garter?
No, well, right now, but I did this part that, did you say it looks like a snake when we recorded last time? Because I only had the green.
I don't remember.
So it's this texture.
Okay.
And it got boring because there's a lot of it. Like you literally increase 1 stitch per row. Right? Like now I know why I like crescent shaped shawls, because you increase like 4 stitches. So I finally got through that. I did this 1 row here of texture.
Okay.
That you kind of can't see. Anyway, it's like a broken rib.
Okay.
And then we get to these garter stripes.
Yeah.
And I have to do 56 total stripes, which is 112 rows. And I'm so bored. Yeah. It has its place, but like.
Well, and I love stripes. Like you'll love the finish, but yeah, doing them can be a little.
So, you know, you need boring stuff every now and then. Like when you go to watch a movie, well, I don't go watch movies. When I go to soccer games.
Remember movies?
I know, right? I haven't been going to soccer games because it's the winter. Like and so then like I was knitting it. I started a new job in October and I'm just now doing orientation because they don't do it right away. And it's all Zoom. So I've got like 3 hours of Zoom calls each day for 2 weeks. It's too boring for that. Oh. Because orientation is kind of boring. So, right. So to have both be boring, like, oh my God. Because
you're like falling asleep.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that'll be the perfect time to do it.
You would think.
But no. Bored. But I'm slogging through it because the shawl itself is gorgeous. And I like the effect of garter.
Well, and like, I would probably love knitting that right now.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's all about like your brain right now needs something more exciting, whereas mine, I need like boring. I need like, I don't want to think about it type. You know what I mean? So yeah. It has its place. You just chose to knit it at the wrong time.
I know. And like Zane has 1 basketball game a week. So for 45 minutes, I knit it during basketball. Like, Kate has a futsal game this afternoon. So for 45 minutes, I'll knit it during futsal. But until we get back to, I mean, I guess Kate has a soccer tournament coming up. But the other thing is it's cold here.
Yeah.
So when I'm outside at an event, it's almost too cold to knit. Like,
because you kind of want your hands like hidden.
Your hands get cold. I even tried, he had an evening game before Christmas and it was cold. So the trick I've learned, any of you soccer parents or grandparents out there, is you get a sleeping bag and you pull it up over, like you step into it and you pull it up as far as possible. So like I had it all the way up to my armpits and then sat down. So then I had my hands in the sleeping bag knitting. Okay. But it still gets awkward because then when you got to change the stripe and so anyway.
That's almost too big. Like a sock would be good, but
a sock would be great.
But like otherwise you're like punching around inside but that's a good idea though.
And you've got the two colors. Like if I was just going back and forth with one color, that would be okay.
Right.
Yeah. Having to flip the two colors. So anyway, that one is going to take a very long time. And I've only got I think I've got 16 stripes to go, but that's still 32 rows.
Yeah. And they're getting longer and long. Yeah.
Only by one stitch, but
and then do you do another green?
Then I do, no, the green's done. Mm-hmm. Then I do another of that champagne color, kind of broken rib. Mm-hmm. And then I think I do a solid brown thing.
Okay.
Like a lace, not a lace, but a texture of some kind.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm not really letting myself look because I'm like, you gotta do the stripes.
Yeah, I did that with one. I was like, and then there's like a lace. Get to it. Like, no, it's just like alternating. I was like, it's not lace.
The afflouncement.
I think it was. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is not lace at all. Cool. Even better.
Exactly.
Because I try not to dwell on what's next.
I know. So then, okay. So actually, this was a fail. I should have showed this during fails. Okay. I got to reach down and get it. It's two hands. Oh my God. Okay. This whole basket up above even the top was full of cotton. Little bit of acrylic, but mostly cotton. So
I have one of those bins as well with like cotton that I'm never
going to use. And my mother knits washcloths, but she didn't knit that many washcloths. Like it would take her the rest of her life to get through this.
Right.
So, and honestly, I don't know how I got it all. Like, I think at one point I was scared to knit with wool. And so I bought cotton, like rowing cotton to knit with for kids stuff. And then, I don't know, I just ended up with way too much cotton. So I started making the scrap yarn basket. It's such an original name.
Oh, okay.
And I think I showed it before as a weebie freebie, but
is it crochet or
crocheted? Yeah. So I started making it.
Oh my.
And I'm carrying like 6 yarns together.
Oh my God.
Okay. So this is what it looks like today. But the reason it was a fail was because when I first made it, it was this big.
Oh no.
Because I knew
it was yarn body bag.
It was huge. And when I started going, and I still got it to like this tall, from like down like this tall, but it was floppy. Like I didn't have enough structure to it. I hadn't done it tight enough. But I liked the color progression. I liked how I had put my yarns together.
So you ripped it out? Oh my God.
It's so heavy, it weighs like 10 pounds.
I am horrified. What the hell? What are you going for here? Some sort of record?
I know.
That looks fake.
I mean, look, it's bigger than my head.
Wow. Okay. kudos on how perfectly round it is.
Thank you.
Beautiful. It looks fake. It looks like a sculpture, that you'd see in like a yarn store. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like it's decoration.
Yeah. So I
God.
went back to about where it started going up, and just added more yarn to it to make it bulkier, and am going up.
Wow.
So, and this is even still a little big, but then I kind of want to make a set of 3 and have it be this, and then a little smaller and a little shorter, and then smaller and shorter. I am using size in 9mm hook. I mean, it's big. And I literally so let me take this out. And then that's all I have left.
Wow.
Add to it. And for some reason I had so much pink that I carried pink the whole time. I had pink going.
That is so weird for you.
So weird for me.
I'm a pink. You're not a pink. You're you're a sometimes pink.
But it's like this pink and white variegated dishcloth. Huh. So I don't know. But I really liked how the colors went. What I did was to choose my colors, I kind of broke it up into whites, pinks. I did it in light to dark. And so I had a lot of black. I even had the really thin crochet string, that almost looks like thread. Because it is thread, it's crochet thread though. So I just always had a black, a white, a pink, and then I went through darkest to lightest, so that when I got to the top, it would be the lightest. So because I still hadn't added everything to it, right? Because it's still on this. So it eventually might have gotten up to just a white and pink. So,
wow.
But I cranked on this thing. I had to hold it. I was holding the yarn like this in my hand, not even tensioning it or anything. I just had it like this. And I was doing this with the needle. I don't know. I got obsessed for 2 days and just went to town on that thing. My arms were about to fall off. I should not have done that. So now I haven't been doing it as much because it's I already used my obsession on it.
Right.
First time.
Yeah.
So, and
now it's like a chore.
Yeah. Kinda, yeah. I want the end product, right?
Yeah.
I know where
it'll come back.
Yeah. And also with crochet, I have to look. So I'm not going to do it while I want to watch something.
Right.
And yet it's boring.
Right.
The reason I cranked away on it was because I had a really good audiobook I was listening to, and I just kept listening and doing. I mean, it was a 14-hour book, so.
Yeah. Obama's book is 30 hours if you need more crochet time.
It does have a happily ever after, so.
And it's not done. That's only the first volume.
Isn't that supposed to be 3 of them?
I think it's 2.
Oh, 2. Okay.
God, I don't know how. Oh my God. He is very verbose.
Yeah.
And he says the very first thing he says, I listened to that book. The very first thing he says is I've always gotten criticism because I use 30 words to say what I could say in 10. But this is my book. So I was uh-oh.
Yeah.
Quite long.
Yeah, quite long. So yesterday I was lamenting to my mom, I don't want to knit, I don't even want to do anything that I have on the needles. And I was I just need to go cast something new on.
Okay.
So I did. I cast on, and I already had this bagged up. I had it in a project bag. I had taken the needles out because I needed them for something else, but essentially it had everything except the needles. So I have
a couple of those too back here. I'm I should pull one of those out and just start it.
Yeah, normally I'm well, I've got knitting I can do. Don't start another one, but I literally was not going to do it.
Yeah.
So if
and then you're me where you don't touch it. You know what I mean? So like whatever it takes.
Exactly. So if it takes casting on a new project to get me moving, then yeah. So I cast on, it's called Rainbrioche by Katrin Schubert, who does amazing brioche hats. Like they're not really that unique in design, but the way that she does her increases and decreases with the brioche just makes it look so cool. So it's DK weight and it uses scraps, or well, I use scraps. You will recognize some of these yarns because I've used them in about 5,000 projects. It is Madeline Tosh unicorn tails that, like, I used it in my the Nanu shawl from Casapinka with the gray from Suburban Stitcher. So
that's cool.
It is. It's so cool. Oh, good. I was like, oh my God, is that a drop stitch? But no. But I'm going to have so many ends to weave in because every one of these except the blue, I had a little ball of, and then a whole nother unicorn tail. And I'm like, well, I could just use the unicorn tail and then I'll have two little balls.
Yeah.
So like, let me use the little ball. So I've done one decrease. It's a 5-stitch decrease.
That's neat.
Yeah. And I think what it does is it gets real flat on top, like the decreases happen really fast, and it's all like 5 and 4 at a time. And so it makes lines going in. So then the gray that I used is Theodora's Pearls. This is what we got on our Italy trip. I think we'll see once I block the hat, but I think it might not have been the right choice.
Oh.
Because it is a bamboo and silk, maybe.
I was gonna say it looks like it has silk in it.
Yeah, it's not wool. So it doesn't have as much memory. Like that's what makes it real drapey, you know. So the hat seems huge right now. Like I did the adult size. It was either child or adult, and I feel like I should have done the child. But it's too late because it was a huge stitch difference of what you cast on or not. So this will just have to be for somebody who has a really big head.
Or a lot of hair.
Or a lot of hair, that's right. So we'll see. Well, mine's growing out, so
yeah.
But it just seems really big right now. So
well, it's really cool. I like the look of it.
I do too. Yeah. And man, if you're doing brioche, if you're learning brioche, this is a great one to learn on because it's straight brioche and then you have some garter in the round. Like it's this hat is so easy. It's incredible. So, but I didn't bother winding the unicorn tails. Like I'm just going to knit from the hank because I wanted to knit. I didn't want to sit and wind.
Right.
So,
funny.
So that is Rainbrioche. Okay. What else do I have? I have more like that. Oh, okay. So this is why we had to podcast.
I was to say, I was going to remind you, like, did you forget the?
Yeah, I didn't forget. So like Sallie did last time, I signed up to get some free yarn. And I really like it. Mine is a super chunky too, or super bulky. No, it says chunky weight, which
was it the same company?
It's Kramer Yarns.
Oh, that's not what mine was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go off on a little rant, like Yarn Harlot, Stephanie Pearl McPhee. Chunky weight is just a label. It is not a size.
Yeah.
So it's from Kramer Yarns, Mauch Chunky. Oh, I guess that's like Mauch Chunky, but in another language.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess. It is mill spun, and it is 100% wool. It's 100%, or it's 120 yards to 100 grams. It is spun here in the US. That's nice. American wool, 100% domestic wool, so it's even from America. It is a single ply.
Okay.
And it's almost like a roving.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't ever feel like it was going to break when I was knitting, like it wasn't that loosely spun, but and it's pretty uniform in size. Like it's not you know, a thick thin.
I love the color.
Yeah, the color's beautiful. What y'all can't see, and it took me a little while of knitting with it to notice this, but it really is a blend of blue and purple. Like there's little purple fibers in it that I didn't notice right away, and it makes it really pretty.
Yeah.
Like it gives it this depth of dimension. So they said when I did the, you know, application for it or whatever, the sign up, they said that it's really good for felting.
Okay.
So my first thought was I needed kind of a rug at my back door for when the dog comes in and has mud on her feet. Or even is just wet because it leaves wet paw prints. So I was like, oh, well, let me crochet just a rectangle and then felt it and have that be the rug because it's a good color for my living room. Decided no.
Like, that's what I did too. I was gonna make a dog sweater and then I was like, oh no.
Yeah, exactly. So then I had the thought, well, I have a drying so I remodeled my kitchen and I have a big, like one compartment sink. Like it didn't have the divider. So when I had the divider before, I had a dish drain thing in there. So I'd wash dishes on this side and put them on this side. Well, I don't have that anymore. So now I kind of just put a dish towel on the counter and put dishes on that to dry.
I will say my in-laws have always had the one compartment sinks and she still puts a dish
Inside.
in the one half.
So I tried that.
In case you're not loving your.
No, I don't love it on top, but what it does do, it makes me put the dishes away faster.
Well, that's good.
So that's not bad. But fortunately, my mother has gifted me with an abundance of hand woven towels because there's a really strong hand weavers community in Houston and they have a sale every year and she goes and she buys hand woven towels and shawls and I mean, they're lovely. So having the towel out kind of lets me like see them and use them.
That's cool.
But I had the thought when we went to Echo View Fiber Mill and they had the wool things that pads essentially.
They're felted wool, right?
Yeah, they're felted wool. So I had the thought, okay, well, this blue would work well in my kitchen. Let me do the same thing as I was going to do for the back door, but smaller scale. And I might still do that because I have enough of it.
Yeah.
But what I decided on, because it was before Christmas, was to make slippers, felted slippers, because I remembered Yarn Hoarder making a ton of felted slippers and she did a whole like segment on her podcast about it and which ones and how she did it and all that. So I'm like, let me go get that. So I did. I got the exact pattern. She puts suede on the bottoms of hers. And I was like, oh, I need to buy those suede things. And then I remembered, again, it's a process. My thoughts take a while to get there. I have a ton of suede because my mom had leather suede skirts, full length, full, like gathered, like, I mean, they weighed so much. And she had, I mean, the leather is beautiful, but so she had some bags made out of them by a friend of hers that is a leather maker. So I had all the scraps. Well, I have a lot of scraps from it that I can cut into pieces to go on the bottom of the slippers. So
all that cool too, like, you know, like I kind of like that you, yeah.
To just use it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I made some slippers. Still not finished. Okay. So you make them really big.
Yeah.
And these were a Christmas present for my mother because she wanted slippers. They're still really big.
Oh.
They are partially felted because I have a front loading machine. And so it's a pain in the butt to stop it mid-cycle and check and do that kind of thing. And so my mom has a top loader. So I waited until we were at her house at Christmas to wash them. And I think I broke her machine because I stopped it so many times to check and it wasn't washing and it wasn't felting and nothing was happening because I didn't have enough in there, I think. I don't know. Like it is working now, but like at the time I really did think I broke her machine.
Oh God.
I know. And so they're still not felted because I don't know about felting them in my front loader machine. So if anybody has experience with that,
what about just like on the stove?
Oh,
I'm like, is that crazy to just?
Well, I mean, that's how they did it in the Middle Ages.
Like get a wooden spoon and just like,
right.
I don't know.
Or the potato masher.
Because it's only 2 slippers. You know, it's not like you're doing 10.
Right. Oh, that was the intention. I was going to make them for me, for my mom, for my dad, for my boys. Like everybody was getting slippers this Christmas.
Yeah.
I barely got one pair made. And it's not even finished.
I don't know.
I know. I wonder if it would just take forever, but at least it would get done.
I was about to say, honey, they're taking forever anyway.
Right.
You're past that point? I would try it. Microwave?
I mean, it is. It's heat and agitation and then cold and agitation. Like, yeah.
I don't know. That's the only thing that I could think of.
I might try it. I have them stuffed with plastic bags because I didn't want them to felt to each other.
That's what I worried about too. And I feel like, didn't Yarn Porter throw tennis balls in there or something?
Oh yeah, you can put like
knock it around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially if you put them in the dryer, like that'll knock them around too.
Remembering something.
Yeah, and jeans, you know.
Oh yeah.
But I don't typically wash my jeans on hot.
Right, no.
Because I don't want them to fade or shrink and all that. And then the boys don't wear jeans. It's all athletic clothes.
Yeah.
So I don't
know. All I can think of is a pot on the stove.
I know. That might be how I have to do it because I can't come up with things to wash it with.
Yeah, I don't know. And I have a top loader, but I don't have an agitator.
And maybe that's what the thing is. She doesn't have an agitator in hers either.
Mine, you know, it's a top load because I can't do front load. I don't like it.
I hate it. I hate it.
I'm like, no offense, but I would never.
The minute it dies, it's gone. Like it.
But so I have a top loader, but there's no old school, like, yeah.
Yeah, hers said neither.
I need that.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that. Yeah, so and they did felt a little, like I can see that they will felt really nicely, and I'll report again when I get them done.
For purposes of the review, you like the yarn?
Yeah, oh yeah, I love the yarn. I loved knitting with it. For it being 100% wool, like.
That's the thing about that. Like it feels great.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't have quite enough to do a garment. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I must have gotten 6 balls. So 600 yards. Oh, I guess I could have. I mean, this I estimated at 500.
I don't know.
Well, I've already felted these.
There's no going back on it, but
right. So yeah, I would totally buy this yarn. It feels good, and the color, yes, and the depth of color in it. With that blend of the purple and the blue, definitely. It is, again, Kramer yarn, Mauch Chunky. So if you want to buy USAA, or USAA.
For that.
The commercials all the time. USAA. Yeah. And I remember, so whenever I'm on hold, I have it on speaker and the kids are like, every time, USA.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so
Okay.
USA product. So that's still a whip.
Okay.
I think that's it on whip. Yes, that's it.
Done with finished projects, done with whips.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So trophies?
Trophies.
Like, what do we do next?
I know. Trophies.
I have a lot of trophies for someone who's literally like not knitting right now. So it's not a ton. It's not a lot considering it's been almost 3 months. Like it's been 2.5 months, but it's still a lot considering I'm not even entering my knitting room. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, let me go back in time because the first thing.
You were about to receive this one the last time we recorded, weren't you?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
I feel like there was an order you had placed that was about to.
Suburban Stitcher, I think. Okay, I'll show that. Sorry. Okay. So gosh, I just had another brain moment of like, what is this for? So I'm pretty sure, sorry for the crinkle, a little ASMR for you. So I think this is going to be my rose that grew from concrete finally.
Right.
Well, I've been looking. I've wanted to knit it for like a year. Okay, so a year ago today was Vogue Knit Live in New York.
Oh yeah.
I'm so glad I went.
Uh-huh.
It was the last hurrah.
It really was. Yeah.
So it was on my list because I had taken a picture of it with my phone so that I wouldn't have to have the actual list. I could just have my phone out. I had taken a picture of my list I had written out of things I wanted to shop for, and this was on there, the rose that grew from concrete, and I still haven't made it. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be it. We'll see. So this is Suburban Stitcher DK. And this is the rose color, which is pretty appropriate.
Right.
It's just a beautiful pink. I mean, it's my typical, pink. This is Cosmopolitan, which it looks awful on there.
Oh, it looks great. But it looks electric, which it's not electric.
Yeah, it's getting like a glow off of something and making it look blue. It's a vibrant purple.
Yeah.
It's not eggplanty.
Mm-mm.
It's beautiful. It's not doing it justice. And then Smoke, which is just a gray, which could be my concrete.
Right.
I think this will be my rose that grew from concrete.
Oh, I love it. That would look really, really good.
I do too. I've wanted to knit it ever since you, and so you knit you got your stuff at East Texas Fiber.
I did.
November ago. So I've wanted to knit this for so long, and it's like I just couldn't find my colors, so really pretty. So yes, I've had this a while. And then I'm like, oh yeah, where'd this come from?
What was I gonna do with it?
Do you have any? Do you want to go?
Oh yeah, I can go. Okay, so Sated Sheep in Dripping Springs, Texas. They had a sale, and I typically do not buy yarn online, but my mom and I shopped it together, and so she gifted me this for Christmas. You're gonna love it, Sallie.
Yeah.
It's Wonderland Yarns, and it is Cheshire Cat, which is 128 yards per 1 ounce skein for a total of 640 yards. And it's 100% superwash merino fingering weight, and shillings and pence number 16 is the colorway, I think.
That's neat. I've seen West 7th Wool carries that brand, and I always look at it, but I don't think I've ever bought any.
I bought their gray gradient in smaller quantities, and made I made mitts out of them. Yeah. And I bought it for them.
Okay. I need to just get some because I'm always like, oh my God, this is so pretty. But then something shiny catches my eye, and
You know, well, and I feel like for me, there's a little intimidation about getting a gradient because I feel like you have to like find the right project to do it and, you know, to show off the gradient. And so I'm just enjoying
gradient projects before. Yeah. That's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, I just love it. So it arrived at my house like in November and I didn't even open it and just put it away until Christmas.
Wow.
So yeah. Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, your turn.
So then let me grab that card. Okay. So I was in one of the knitting Facebook groups, not our local one, you know. And someone in there posted that I guess they're a member as well. And she posted she was having a sale on her Etsy shop. And like if you use, like she gave us like everyone in this group a code, I guess, so she would know where the business came from. And I can't even, it wasn't a lot, but it was like 15% off or something. And I went on her shop and I was like, oh, it's not yarn though. Okay, so here's the shop. It's Erin Kate Archer Art and Illustration.
Oh.
And I framed these.
Okay.
But she just sent the print, but there's a there.
Oh, look at that. So she does watercolors of knitting.
Yes.
Oh, that's
so
great.
This is a beautiful berry pink. I don't know if you can see it. There's a heart of stars.
Oh, it is a heart. I didn't notice it as a heart at first. I was thinking it was yarn overs.
Okay. There's that one.
Oh, that's so cool how she makes it look like water, but then it's knitting.
Like, yeah, water. And then, but as you get down, there's stitches.
Right. Yeah. Oh, very clever of her.
And the colors, I'm sure they're not coming out. Like the colors are so vibrant. Like this is like a deep turquoise.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one more.
Oh, neat.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes. Oh, that is really.
You can see the stitches.
Uh-huh.
So these are going, I'm going to replace, I think, this with one of these. Mm-hmm. And then I'll hang the other ones up, you know, like going down the wall.
Right.
The little one, I think I'm going to put on a shelf over here so that it kind of breaks it, you know, spreads it out. But I just was like captivated by these. I just was like, those are so pretty.
That is awesome.
Just a little gift to myself.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Plus, you've been in your house so much, you might as well make it look the way you want.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come in here more if I have my knitting artwork hung up.
Artwork, yeah. Okay, so next I have, so my mother is the best. So not Suburban Stitcher, Mustache. Mustache. I have resisted getting her Tuesday newsletter for years and years. Oh. I did not need the motivation to buy more of her yarn, right?
Something, yeah.
So I finally was like, I give up. I'm getting it. Like, I think it was when I wanted to know about last year's Fiber Fest that I was like, okay, I'm just signing up. I will get the notifications. I can resist. Yeah. Well, the only thing that makes me resist is that I can't always get to it at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. So by the time I get to it, most of the stuff is gone. So it's kind of like forced not to buy anything. Right. Well, she made a announcement about how it was halvesies or like the partial skeins.
What does she call them?
I know.
They're not mill-ins.
Yeah, mill-ins. Is
that what she calls them? Okay.
Mill-ins. So I don't know, I sent it to my mom or something and was like, oh, I got to jump on this tomorrow. And I didn't. Like, I forgot, because I'm working on Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. So turns out my mother jumped on them. So even if I had gone, there wouldn't have been any to buy. Right. So my mom jumped on the mill-ins and I got lots of mill-ins. But so I'll show you what they each are. These are, they're the ones you got. Oh, sedated.
Oh yeah.
But look, they're both sedated, but look how different they look.
Yeah.
Because
they're different parts of the skein.
Exactly. So, so like this part is the light colored part of the fade, and then the bottom one's the dark part of the fade.
Cool.
So it just, I can't wait.
That colorway's so pretty.
I know. I cannot wait. This is fruitcake.
Fun.
I know. Because she did a second update later with some of the Christmas colorways as mill-ins. And then Great Smoky Mountains, which is from her park series or her camp series, I think.
Yeah, she does camp.
Acadia, that's also from her.
That one's really pretty. I've seen that one. It's really pretty. Yeah. They're all pretty. What am I talking about?
I know, right? And then Campfire, which is so fall.
Yep.
Oh, so wonderful. So then that was in November, early December maybe. So then for Christmas, she ordered me some full skeins.
Oh, fun.
I know. So the funny part about this is that she ordered them on December 16th. They arrived almost a month later.
Whoa.
From San Antonio, which is 3.5 hours down the road, 4 hours down the road. So
post office was having a time.
Oh, they were having a time because they went to Indianapolis before coming back to Dallas.
That happened with one of Mitch's Christmas presents. I bought him a like Eddie Bauer puffy vest, and it went from it went from up there like Ohio, and it went to like Waco, like way south. And I was like, what's happening?
Right by me.
Like it went to Irving where he works.
Oh yeah.
Then nobody from Texas is like, we don't know what you're talking about. And then it went down to Waco and stayed there for a few days. And I was like, I don't think you're getting your present. And it showed up. It did show up before Christmas, but I was like, what is happening? Like they were struggling.
Yeah. So we even called the post office and we're like, because it sat, like the tracking, it sat forever in one spot. And it said it had come to my area. Like it was in Dallas, out for delivery for like a week. I'm like, it's not being delivered.
It's like, why did it go to Indianapolis? It got on the wrong truck or something. Like that's so weird.
So, and I even asked, like when we called, I was like, so is it time for us to file a claim? Like, should we even expect to get this? And they're like, well, you have to wait 6 weeks and the shipper has to file a claim. So we're like, okay, we'll wait 6 weeks. Right. But yeah, but it arrived.
Yay.
It arrived on January 4th, I think.
Wow.
So Tokyo Go-Go.
Yeah.
So now I have 2 skeins of this, and I think I want to make something out of that new book that's the stripes from Telly Bean Knits.
What are you talking about?
Oh, did you get it? Oh,
my next trophy I was going to show.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear what you have to say about it, because yeah.
I'm such a brat. I needed something to come, like, I can't remember what it was. It was like batteries or something, and I wanted them from Amazon. So I wanted the like free next day. I mean, I have Prime, but like sometimes if you do like orders over $35, you get it like 4 a.m. or something. I don't remember.
Oh,
I threw this on. I was like, well, I have to.
I love it. Well, and I mean, we've got the mustache for it.
I feel like this is a no-brainer. Like
I should have jumped on it when I saw it, but
you can still get it.
I know, but yeah. Oh, it is so. Just the patterns in there are so cute.
I know, and she goes through this like educational, like how to understand your self-striping.
Oh wow,
it's really cool. I mean, but not to the point that it's boring. Like it's like 4 pages of like just so you know, if it looks like this, it's gonna do. You know what I mean? Like that's helpful.
It is so helpful because Tokyo Go-Go is very different, and this is apple picking, and they're very different, right? Like Tokyo Go-Go is really skinny, like it's bigger blocks of the dark color and then skinny of the bright colors. So that's going to be different than the way apple picking is.
Look at this.
Oh,
Shut up, right?
I know, right? That makes is that the white birch?
It looks like it. It looks like that nothing says screw you.
Yeah, like a rainbow.
Yeah, I wonder if it has to be, right?
I mean, there's other people that could die like that, but
oh, this one, it says it is White Birch Fiber Arts, but it says it's Rainbow Warrior. I wonder if they changed the name.
Or, you know, the one that says nothing says screw you like a rainbow has the blue sky.
Oh, right. You're right. Yeah, this is gray.
So you could make it out of.
But now I got to get this colorway too.
I know. Well, and that's what's so great because I couldn't think of what to make with that yarn.
I would never think.
No.
And that is cool.
That is so cool.
Uh-huh. My God. Okay. So what else was that was that all of them?
That was all the mustache.
Okay, so I'll show this now. Knit Happy with self-striping yarn. Bright, fun, and colorful sweaters and accessories made easy by Stephanie Lotvin, creator of Telly Bean Knits.
Those mitts right there were what sold me.
Yeah, this is what sold me.
Yeah, that sweater.
That's gonna happen at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so fun. Look at that.
I know. Ah. I know. Well, and we have so much mustache that it's like, and I don't make socks. I don't want to use it all on socks.
Well, I do, but I have tons.
Right.
Like, I already have like 15 pairs of mustache socks, and I've gifted some. Like,
yeah.
You know, and I want to knit it. I don't want to just save it for when my socks die and I need more.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, like let's be real, I'm still gonna make socks.
I know, right?
But I also have other dyers, like, you know, my impeachment socks are White Birch Fiber Arts, you know, like I have lots of socks.
Right. And you like Kirby Werby.
Yes. Like, oh, don't even get me started. Like I have something to show. Like anyway.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get that.
It's so funny that you mentioned it because I was like, what? Right here. Just real quick, since I just showed a book, I'll show you the other two books I bought.
Oh yeah.
Which you got this one.
Uh-huh.
Interpretation
7.
Oh,
I know. I have it too.
So beautiful. Everything is so beautiful. Oh wait, hold it up. You guys, you won't regret it. If you haven't,
you won't. It once again.
Diane.
Diane's
yarn.
Yep.
So
yeah.
And then I got the I just fell in love with this.
I think it's the best pom pom I've ever seen. I'm
in love with this picture.
Yeah.
And one of my sweet boyfriend Max's.
Yeah. That is right on the cover there. Oh, it's this one.
This one is.
Yeah.
How cute is he too? Oh. Yeah. Oh. This is actually the patterns by Max and the yarn is dyed by his boyfriend.
Oh.
It's just all Canadian cute boys. So anyway, I had to get it.
Yeah, I wish that I had saved my purchasing of Pom Pom for that versus the older, you know, I bought the sale ones.
Right.
Like I think I would get more out of that one than I did out of the ones that I bought from previous issues.
I don't know, maybe.
But I can still, you know, I can still get it and I can still buy them individually. So
yes.
And I think that's the only reason I didn't buy it is because I typically, like Interpretations is the only one that I religiously buy every year because I'm
not going to buy every Pom Pom, but there are some that I just am like, I have to have that.
Yeah.
Normally I would just buy the patterns separately, but this one is just, I don't know.
There's so many good ones in that.
It grabbed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this from West 7th Wool, and I ordered interpretations straight from Pom Pom.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I got mine from Pom Pom. Okay, so let me go into interpretations then.
Okay.
I have already queued up 4 projects.
Nice.
With yarn. So let me show you.
Yes.
First is the blurry cowl.
I love that.
And it's a pretty simple cowl. Like I've made that shape before, but I'm going to do it in Suburban Stitcher Happy Accident, which is left over from my roses that grew from concrete, and Hazel Knits in, what's this colorway? Queen of the Night. So it's a dark plum. Oh, there's fuzz. We've got more lint on it. It is, so these two.
That'll be really pretty.
In that.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be a good combo. So that's cued. Then I have the Amy cardigan.
I love this cardigan.
You do.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So I'm doing it in, it's 5 colors, and I'm doing it in, remember I bought this during Yarn Crawl last year, and it's a sport weight, which is what the cardigan calls for.
Perfect.
So I've got these, and then I'm going to use these. These are alpaca. These are 100% alpaca, and they're 2 different colors, but I'm gonna fade them, like blend them somehow. I mean, they're so close that it won't, for the one stripe. So I'm missing one color, but I know the color I want. The color I want is Wonderluck. This is the Wonderluck fibers in a muck, but this is her worsted weight.
You need it in a sport.
Right.
Cool.
So I went on her Etsy shop, and it's not there anymore.
Oh no.
I know. I think COVID might have killed her from, I mean, not literally, but I might have killed the business.
Oh no.
Because she had just started. The shop's not there. It doesn't even say, it doesn't even have the shop and like we're on a break or anything. It's not there. So, but like that color would be perfect. So I'm gonna carry this around and try to find it from somebody else.
Message her on Instagram and see if she has any in stock.
I know. Well, and I don't even know if she carried a sport weight.
But I was about to say, I don't even know if she had a sport weight.
Right. So, but I just know that orange would be so perfect with that, with all those colors. Oh man. I know. And I think worsted is too big of a difference to sport.
Yeah.
If it was DK.
Looking at it. Oh.
Yeah.
Man. It'll happen. It'll happen. You have time.
Yeah, I've got time. I have 65 items in my queue. I've got time. Yep. Okay. So
did you like this one? I'm obsessed with modern vintage.
For me, no. I liked the colors, but I know that shape would look terrible on me.
Ugh, I love it.
Yeah. It's brioche.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to make it, but I love it. I like brioche. I also am obsessed with this one.
Oh my God, that is gorgeous. And the way she did the columns on the back, yes, gorgeous. But it is so much yarn.
Yeah.
So much yarn. Like that one, I would want to, I would either, like if I found yarn super discounted, or it would be the time to try a Knit Picks worsted, or like a Webb's brand worsted, like one of the less expensive worsted yarns. Or even like look on Lion Brand's website, because they have more yarns. They have some good yarns on their website that aren't carried at Michael's. Because I do want it to be wool or wool.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah. So then the other one, the overthrow wrap.
I love that one too.
So I actually have 2 combinations and enough yarn to make 2.
Okay.
So, so here it is, and it's made to be like a leaf, like that's what inspired her. So the ridges are like the spines of a leaf. So my first combination is with this plum color.
Okay.
Swan's Island, beetroot is the color. So this would be the ridges.
Okay.
And my yarn would be, let me see if I can hold all this. Because there's so many colors.
Yeah, there is. I was going to show the schematic. I don't want to show too much, but
yeah.
Yeah,
So
you can really see how many.
These are the colors. So it would be orange, lilac, white, blue, pink, and then this purple would be the spine. And I'm out of focus.
There you are.
Come on, focus back, baby. You can do it. It'll happen. It always happens eventually. Come on. I wish it could hear me.
How many colors is it?
6.
You probably do whatever you wanted, I guess.
3, 4. It's 5 mohair and then the fingering weight for the spines. Come on.
Yeah, I definitely want to make this one.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
But then the other colorway is kind of a reverse. So I have this white for the spine, and then orange, turquoise, teal, green, and purple. So it would be those colors
and then white
as the spine. I think it's kind of ridiculous how much mohair I have.
I think it's fine.
Well, I'm gonna
approve.
So, and this purple looks black on screen, but so I have 4 projects. 2 of them are the same, and I mean, who knows if I'll actually get to the second one of those because I rarely knit 2 of the same thing. Yeah. Maybe I love it so much that I'll knit a second one, but I couldn't decide which one I liked better, and
yeah,
I had enough, so why not, right?
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. So, and then so that's it. That's it for trophies for me.
I have 2 more.
Oh.
Kirby Werby did another Advent skein, and it's Schitt's Creek.
Oh. What did she say all the colors were?
All right, you ready?
If anybody out there has not watched Schitt's Creek, you have got to watch Schitt's Creek.
Gotta watch it. And there's a dang it, it keeps turning. There we go. Ew, David. Stitch marker.
Oh.
Okay. So this is a 24 stripe because she does, the idea is you knit a stripe a day, leading up from December 1st to Christmas Eve. As you can see, I did not. Oh, and so they're quotes. They're quotes from the show. Oh, I couldn't remember it.
I might need to start following Kirby Werby.
Yeah. She's a hilarious follow, even if you never, she is hilarious. We got in a whole discussion a couple of months ago about serial killers. Like, she's just like, we messaged back and forth for like a day. So she is funny. Okay. I'm not going to read them all because it's kind of long. There's 24 and some of the quotes are pretty long, but there's like, who put a picture of a ghost on my desk? And it's a sonogram. That's one of the stripes. Like, I didn't go missing, David. The FBI knew where I was the entire time.
Oh, Alexis.
Oh, Alexis. Yeah, it's so funny.
Wow.
And she like puts them different colors, all the quotes. So.
Oh, and I love that picture of David when he's in the.
Oh, I know.
When he ran away.
God, he was on the Amish farm. And then she starred this one. She circled it and like put a Sharpie star around it. When I planned that Casablanca themed party for your mother's 40th, I had to quarantine the camels for a month. So I guess because it said quarantine.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. And she's revealed it on Instagram now, and it's very like rainbowy. Like it comes out because it's like rainbow colors.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty.
So it just comes out as this tube of just rainbow stripes. I love it.
That would be great for one of the projects in that book.
Yeah.
You know.
And then I have one more. Nope. Haven't.
Mustache. I just love burritos.
I love her little sub sandwiches that she sends. Like, but I know what it looks like, so I didn't open it. But this was so Mitch. I told Mitch that I wanted this, and he didn't understand what happens at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. He was like, I went and like it's gone. I was like, I told you to buy it right then. You know. He's like, you didn't tell me, like, because he's that way. Like if I'd be like, can you do this for me? It'll get done 2 weeks later.
Right.
You know, like I need him to return something that I bought on his Amazon account. I'm like, can you just start the return? And he's like, okay. And I'm like, I meant like right then.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he just push the button. Log back in and do it myself. Anyway, so then though once I was like, oh, I thought I was getting that yarn. He was like, it was gone. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, then he figured it out. And so he like set an alarm, like he did all the things. I didn't tell him, but he did all the things and he set an alarm, and this is a mustache sub sandwich.
Which one? You know, but I don't.
Hard Candy Christmas.
Oh yes, that was one I loved on there.
It is not. This is the one that in our girl group, I was like, oh my God. And every single one of you goes, that's like the Salliest yarn I've ever seen. Because it's like, there's a
speckle
stripe, and then there's lots of, teals and pinks, and yeah. So it's not Christmassy at all. Like I'll make socks out of this in the summer. Like it is not, but again, like the song Hard Candy Christmas is not a Christmas song either, even though I still consider it
I don't even know that song.
Oh, it's Dolly Parton.
Oh, yeah.
From the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah. Okay. No, I know.
Until I had kids who were old enough to understand, Best Little Whorehouse in Texas was the movie I watch while I put up my Christmas tree every year.
Really?
Don't know why. And then Amelia got to be about 4, and I was like, I should probably not.
Right.
About a whorehouse while we put up, but God, it's so good.
It is.
Anyway, so they sing this at the end, and it's not a Christmas song, but they say Christmas in it. It's a Christmas song the way Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Right.
Okay, Christmas is mentioned, so there you go.
Right.
Yeah. So it's so pretty.
It is so pretty.
Yeah. And so like this is not Christmas yarn.
I mean, it's beautiful.
Had to have it.
Yep.
So that's my last one. Last trophy.
Yeah.
And I think this is long enough. We don't have to do freebies.
Well, I have freebies. So let me go through them really fast. So bulky sweater, wanting to do all the things. I put together a list of free bulky items, which I'm sure I've done before. Honeycomb cowl I just love the texture on it. There is something about a bulky weight textured fabric.
Like real knitting, you know? I mean, it's like this big sweater I'm wearing, like it's like 3 sizes too big and it's textured and like delicious. Like there's something about like bulky yarn is like what you thought of as knitting when you were a kid, you know?
Right. But
into
also it's so big that when you have a texture, it really bumps out, you know?
Yeah, I love it.
And then that is the Paris and Winter Cowl. And I think it's just a linen stitch of some kind, but in bulky, it shows up as like,
Makes it like a whole different thing. Yeah.
yeah. Seamless baby hooded pullover.
Cute.
I know, it's so cute. And it might be the next thing I knit, Colette. You know. Jane cardigan, which you can't see in this picture, Sallie, but it's very basic. It has garter up from the neck to the yoke is garter, and then it's stockinette, and then at the bottom it has just a little bit of big cables for like the last bottom 2 inches of it, which really I think would be interesting for shaping.
Yeah.
This one is the Branching Paths sweater, which is a cabled sweater.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It that's what it is on a person.
Oh, wow.
So the cables are in a really good position. Then Perpetually Persistent Cowl, which I might just love that yarn too.
Yeah, that's really good.
I mean, it's like 2 cables because with bulky, you get your length before you can do much.
Yep.
Clarita Cowl.
Ooh.
Which I think that might have some mohair carried with it. It looks fuzzy.
Even better.
And then the last one is from Espace Tricot, Getting Warmer Cowl, which goes kind of over the shoulders. So it's
love those.
like a dicky, but
I love that shape though, because it, you know, it makes that like funnel kind of.
Yeah.
I love that because then it's so cozy.
Yeah, because see, it goes down.
That looks awesome.
Yeah. So so yeah, those are Weeby freebies. You know, bulky weight and easy to get going.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't have much bulky left in my stash at all.
I don't either. I usually only buy it like if I have a project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if it's like, I mean, you know, I'm a sucker for a sale. So
yeah. I barely even look at it usually.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to stash it, you know, because
it's expensive for the yardage, right? Like you get 100 yards for the same price that I can get 400 yards out of fingering weight.
And what if, it's just, if you need 8 balls of it for a sweater or whatever, that's hard to be like, I don't even have a pattern in mind and I'm going to buy.
Right.
I just don't.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love it when I do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it, guys. What, an hour and a half later?
Yeah. It's been a while, so it makes sense. Again, we have no clue when we're gonna record again. You know, sorry that we didn't tell you we were going on a break. We kind of decided after our last recording was kind of a mess and it was just time.
Yeah.
We just did it. So we may be taking another one.
We have no idea, but
Zoom,
I'm planning. Sallie's still buying.
Zoom sucks. Like we don't like it. So, and we said we wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun, and it kind of was like not fun the last.
It's gonna be a beating.
Yeah, and so, you know, we're trying. We're humans.
Yeah,
this is something we do for free, like.
And some of what motivated me was, I had to talk about that yarn, but also like Yarn Hoarder just came out with a new podcast after 9 months.
Oh, did she?
And she's like, y'all, I'm just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And let's be happy I'm doing it. And I'm like, yes, that's the attitude.
And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, if it's glitchy, I'm sorry. Like, nobody's forcing you to watch it. Like, sorry, this is something we do for fun. So if it's not going to be fun, yeah.
You know. Yeah, but we do like and this has been super fun. Like it's been fun to with Sallie. It's been fun to talk about knitting with someone other than my mother. Which I love talking about knitting with her. Don't get me wrong, but
right. And it's been nice to kind of like get back because I just like pushed my whole knitting life to the side for like 2 months, and so it was nice to kind of like get back into it. So
and think about it and realize you did accomplish stuff.
It's just been a while.
Right.
I'm raising a puppy.
Not me ever.
Me, I don't know.
I've already potty trained 2 children. I don't want to potty train.
You know what? The potty training was not an issue at all.
Oh, good.
He's very, very smart. That's the problem.
Oh.
He's smarter than us. And he's manipulating us.
Right.
Yeah, the problem mainly was the not sleeping. He didn't want to sleep at night for a long time. Whoop.
I did not go through my checklist.
What's a checklist?
I know, but I do need to go. So
yeah. Well, this has been fun. We will see you guys the next time we see you.
Okay. Bye, guys.